Why, hello there, and welcome to the GoPro guide for, well, let's call it the mid and lower Delatite, but realistically, this is the blue grade Delatites trail here in Mount Buller. So, on Friday, I'd done the Upper Delatites, and that's a black grade descent sheerly because of how much braking power and modulation you need. The Upper Delatites, yeah, if you want to get onto these Delatites quicker, you go down the Upper Delatites, the black. But sheerly for the purposes of have the most enjoyable descent, honestly, I'd recommend going up the top, going to Copperhead, or even if you dropped off at the village, go down from the lower 2/3 of Copperhead, then you'll go along the road for a bit. It's a fast road ride, no uphill pedaling needed. And then you drop off at Box's Corner, so you do a left-hand hairpin, a right-hand hairpin, and then the next one into Box's Corner. Go past some snow machinery they use for clearing the snow fields during the winter. And yeah. So a lot of this mid, so we'll call it mid Delatite, but what we're riding right now is a lot of flow, a few jumps, not much really technical, but as we work our way down, we're going to be confronted with some log bridges that we'll need to cross. All right, a little bit further along, just had to do some fairly ordinary climbing, but this is an important junction. Straight ahead, that's the River Spur. That's another descent you can use to get down. So that's pretty helpful if you do trigger happy, which the other guys are doing at the moment, but I decided to cut my own path. So then the River Spur feeds into this part of the Delatite. So this is the lower part. This is where things get a little bit more technical, but a lot more fun. Nice chunky boulder on the inside of the corner where I wanted my line. So we're now down to the creek level, and this is where the fun begins. Because we're going to need to cross the creek a few times as we snake our way through this valley. It's very humid down here at the moment. Not sure what the Wahoo is going to say in terms of temp, but the humidity is definitely a little bit more sticky than up top. But when we're down low in this canopy, it is what it is. But I'll continue on and I'll start showing off what the bridges are like and what to expect. So this is actually my second creek crossing, but these are one of the types of bridges you can expect to ride across here on the lower part of the Delatites. So that one last year, it was only one log wide because it had all fallen apart, so they modified that one, which is nice of them. Gotta love a good fresh creek crossing, very nice. But then hopefully up ahead shortly I should have an example of what the fairly normal creek crossings look like. My arms are destroyed from arm pump on the ascent, pretty much clearing almost 50, 60 k's per hour on just this trail surface, but you're going at about 50, 60 k's per hour. It was hard, it was intense, but God, it was fun. But this is what you expect with the Delatite. Should be another bridge coming up according to that sign. So anytime you see that signage right there, you are about to approach a log bridge, so make yourself reasonable. And here it is. So that's what it really is. It's like two fairly chunky logs strung together with chicken wire, and then they're filled in the middle with dirt and other stuff just to sort of give you an actual trail surface. So they're really well made log bridges, which is nice. And you'll expect about, I think it's like 11 or 13 log bridges. All right, just a little bit of a warning, I suppose. Depending on how high the stream is, this may be a bit easier to cross than what I'm currently doing. Maybe a little bit harder. Hopefully the support logs are still there to keep the rocks there as well, but that stream crossing doesn't have a bridge, and if you're not expecting it, you're either stopping and walking like I do every time, or you better have flawless technique. All right, we're more or less approaching the final stretch of the Delatites. So a little bit more sedate, a lot more open, honestly. So this is right after you have to do a massive pinch climb up, which gets you by surprise, but you know, I think it helps to signify where the end of the trail is if you session it often enough. Caught us out last year. Man, it was brutal after last year, but being prepared for it and carrying the right momentum definitely did help. You'll see it when you do it, don't worry. You didn't need to hear me panting for however long going up that hill. But pretty much along here, it's definitely a lot more chill. So this is the second last bridge. And looking off to the left, and I really wish I did have it mounted on the helmet for this ride, the view down there was gorgeous. I really do love alpine riding, sheerly because if there's a stream, it is such an attraction. River Rapids up at Bright, some parts of Beechworth near Woolshed Falls, that's got river rapids. Yakandanda especially. Falls Creek, unfortunately, you know, it has the aqueduct trail, but then it's an aqueduct. It doesn't really do much to be special. But Bulla with the Delatites is something incredibly special, and I absolutely adore it for that reason. As we go over that little hidden wind feature, this is an unreal trail, and this isn't even Mount Bulla's epic. So they actually have an epic ride which takes you along some of the trails like Gang Gang's Picnic Trail, that sort of thing. But for the Delatites to have this feature of riding a really good flow run in the mid Delatites and then finishing off with the lower Delatites with the stream is unbelievable. Oops, howdy. How's it going? Yeah, good ride, yeah, thanks, man. And that's it, last of the bridges. All right, until next time, keep riding in sails.